The Gospel's place and date of composition are also uncertain. Many scholars suggest that it was written at Ephesus, in Asia Minor, about 100 CE for the purpose of communicating the truths about Christ to Christians of Hellenistic background. Actually, the Gospels was written in three different languages: Matthew in Hebrew, Mark in Syriac, Luke in Greek, and John in Aramaic. Matthew's Gospel targeted Jewish Messianic believers in Antioch, Mark the Christian Gnostics in Damascus, Luke to Greek-speaking Gentiles in Ephesus, Iconium and Lystra. John's Gospel was written to the non-believing Jews in Judea. What does John 20:31 tell us about the intended audience of John's Gospel? I would now like to find out whether this fact, taken with verse 31, should lead us to believe that the author of the Gospel had primarily a Jewish audience in mind. There is every syntactical reason for thinking that the crucial clause should be rendered that Yeshua is the Son of God. By inverting the subject and the predicate nominative when compared to nearly every translation, he understands that the writers of the Gospels conceives of his purpose less as the answer to the question who is Yeshua, than to the question who is the Messiah. Non-Christian Jews who may have some vague exposure to Christianity and are at least interested enough to ask the question, who then is the Messiah? The questions raised in my mind, if the grammar is correct, is this a firm argument for a Jewish audience? The intended audience is anyone who reads John's Gospel. First, it should go without saying that there's a Jewish background to holistic, even epistles written primarily to a Gentile audience. It would be a fallacy then to assert that simply because of references to Jewish ideas that there is primarily a Jewish audience in mind. John chapter 1 makes many statements to set the stage for defining to the reader who Yeshua is. He presents Yeshua as the Memra. Also, the Bible we are using today was translated from 1516 corrupted Koine Greek corrupted by Erasmus. The person that collected all the four Gospels and used them was Ignatius and Papias. In the late 90 CE, the record written by Eusebius of Caesarea, also known as Eusebius Pamphili, was a Greek historian of Christianity, exegete, and Christian polemicist. In about AD 314, he became the bishop of Caesarea Maritima in the Roman province of Syria Palestina. In his book Ecclesiastica Apostolica Historica and Ecclesiastica Apostolica Historica, he stated that Ignatius used Matthew in Hebrew written in Hebrew, Polycarp used John's Gospel written in Aramaic, Papias used Luke's Gospel in Greek, except Mark was found among Syrian believers in Damascus written in Syriac. So you see the Gospels was never written in one language. So you see the Gospels were written in four different languages targeting three different audiences. Click and subscribe to join us on our next round of Christian Roots.